What's up, Laker family? This your man, Urban Lover. Reporting early in the morning when the birds are out, cats are singing, and dogs are falling from the roof. We played Orlando Magic last night. Now, first of all, I'm gonna say this: one thing about me when it comes to sports, I believe in fairness. Regardless, I'm a fan of a certain team, stuff like that. Like I tell people over again, you know, a lot of people say, you know, we get robbed by the refs a lot. And I state that, you know, the same thing can be said by the opponent's team because, you know, they get robbed too. I believe in fairness. I always believe in fairness, you know, and that's one thing that used to throw me off about sports. That's why I stopped watching sports. I was a real big fan of sports. Real big fan of sports, whether it was hockey, basketball, baseball, football. Kind of died out with a lot of them based on the fact of the bad calling. And I know a lot of these things are based on ratings and all that stuff. You know what I mean? You know, but my thing at the end of the day is like Orlando Magic got robbed. Now, by them getting robbed, does that mean that they're going to win the game? We don't know. And the reason why I say that because with 0.6 seconds left on the clock, anything can happen. Like they could have threw a lob to I forgot the dude's name, but the dude that was killing, it was Brooke or something like that. Anyway, they could have threw the lob to him, and what could have took place is that somebody could have fouled him on that very last attempt, and they could have called the foul where he went to the free throw line, made 1 out of 2. They going overtime while beating the Lakers. Do I accept this win? I accept it, but I accept it with a grain of salt because these last 2 games prove, as I said before, that our team will be a liability on defense. I know a lot of fans like, oh, Urban, you know, he played good on offense. Listen, I'm not one of them NBA 2K fans where all it's about is offense. The Lakers, at the end of the day, on that, if you look at the game, the last 5 minutes, these last 2 games, they had number most offensive players out there. Not really no defensive players, no stoppers. And I know some fans can say, well, you know, Josh Hart ain't there, Brandon Ingram ain't there. I understand that, but that's why I say it goes back to matchups, time management. For instance, we were up by 10. 3 of them shots came on RT. 2 of them with 3-pointers that put them down by 4. It came on RT because RT at 5'9", somebody 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", he can't guard him on the perimeter. It's not going to happen. And that's why I tell you over and over again, like, okay, y'all looking at his scoring, but he's a liability on defense. That's why, if you notice, Danny Ainge was so quick to make that move when Irvin was up for sale. So quick. With no hesitation. You know, went on to just trade a dude, you know, while he's on his little vacation, whatever. That's because he knew at the end of the day, like, you know, that's why I tell people, I don't mind scoring. Because in reality, what people fail to realize, we got many of scores. At any given night, anybody on that team can score 20-some points. Brook Lopez, you already know he can score 20. Julius Randle, in the last 3 games, hit 20 besides this game. Brandon Ingram can hit 20. Kuzma, when he's in his zone, can hit 20. You know, even KCP, when he played within the system, Josh Hart. So there's a player on there that can give you 20 points at any given time. So it's not about scoring. Defense win games. And if we continue to run in the last 5 minutes that 3 small guard set with IT, KCP, and Lonzo Ball, it's not going to work. Because like I said before, the Lakers are known for quick switching. So when they quick switch, IT will always be the man of burden. You know what I mean? Because he's going to be the one that's always going to be having to play somebody big, rather than getting caught down low with somebody on him. You got to foul right away, or if you get caught on the perimeter, which it don't matter because he's a guard anyway. So if you caught on the perimeter, most guards are like 6'1", 6'2". You know what I mean? So it's no, you know what I mean? So you know, they can shoot right over him. So that's what they were looking at. They were looking at the matchups. So yeah, our team can give you 20-something points, but also he gives up a lot on defense. And a lot of people say, well, you know, well, what about the paint? You know, we were getting beat up on the paint too. Well, we put it like this. First and foremost, we were getting killed by Brooks all night. I mean, we were getting caught by, I know a lot of people say, well, Julius Randle, but in reality of it, not just Julius Randle, because you got to remember, we do a lot of quick switching. So a lot of time you find Julius Randle on somebody else, and him was actually doing what he wanted to do because of the quick switching. The biggest problem I see also on that is the liability of Brook Lopez. Now, with Brook Lopez, he is too slow when it comes to quick switching. What I mean by is that when he switches okay. But when it's time for him to fall back to the paint, he's too slow to recover. And that's the biggest problem also with the Lakers too. The interior defense is terrible because when we rotate on that quick switch, he's not quick enough to rotate back in order to, you know, recover the play defense. 27 points, 0 rebounds. But see, average fans, they'll love that. Me personally, no, I don't, you know, I'm not going to say, you know, like I said, I'll take the win You know what I mean? Because I'm not going to be foolish enough to say, well, I don't want to win. That's dumb. But at the same time, we gave up too much on offense to the opponents. 2 games in a row. Remember, we was up by 10 against Portland. They came back and beat us. Here's the San Diego Orlando. Almost came back and beat us. So what I'm saying to you guys, we got Cleveland, we got Golden State. I forgot what other 2 teams we got. We got 4 hard games coming up. We're not making the playoff, man. If we run with that lineup, you know, with the 5-man, with the 5, you know, the 5-man, whatever, in the 5 minutes, we're not gonna make the playoff. Now, as in finishing 40 point, you know, a 40 point. As in finishing at 40 wins. I don't know. Like I said, it all depends on what Luke Walton runs in that last 5 minutes. In the last 5 minutes, you got to put some height out there. You got to put some better defenders out there. It's not going to work with IT. I'm sorry, with that 3-guard set. If you do run that 3-guard set, you got to take somebody else out. But it's going to hurt, period, because he gives up too much on offense. On defense. You just give up too much. Julius Randle started off kind of rough. Him and Brooks went at it. I think his name Brooks. I hope his name Brooks. If not, I'll look in that. I'll change it, whatever. Something. But Julius Randle, him and Brooks went at it. I think Brooks got the better end of it. Only because Julius Randle's more of an inside player, and dude didn't back down from him. Dude actually played him straight up. And he still did pretty good, because at the end of the day, he got himself under control, and he still did pretty good. He had a double-double. IT, offensive-wise, had a good game. He finally played within the system. I still don't like him holding the ball a lot. That's not me, because the ball don't move. Now, he moved it a little bit, and I see him adjusting to the offense, only because at the end of the day, he was playing much better than he played the last previous games. He played much better. He looked it better. But I just like to see the ball move a little bit more. You know what I mean? Whereas there's more than one touch. You know what I mean? More than one person touching the ball. So I say this. Now, I say this to say that IT looked good on offense. Looked good. I think he had 9 assists. I think like 19 points. He took between 18 and 19 shots. But at the beginning, he started off good. Like I said, when he came out, he started good. He was getting, he was making extra passes. He was playing off the ball a little bit. Lonzo Ball was bringing the ball down. But I told guys over and over again, Lonzo Ball is the generator for that fast break offense. When Lonzo Ball got the ball, he's pushing. Same thing with Julius Randle, Brandon Ingram, they're pushing it. IT, I have no problem with him. I'm not knocking him. He runs. He sets up more in a half-court offensive set. Most time when he penetrates, he's either looking for his shot. If he get jammed up, he'll just dump it off to the big guys. A couple times he did that where he penetrated. You draw the double team, but it was always 4 guys in the paint. 4 guys in the paint. He dropped it off to Julius. Julius was surrounded around 3 guys, lost the ball. Now, scouts are noticing this, that he loves to penetrate because he don't pass out. He penetrate, the defense collapse. They make him pass to the big guy, and that's that. Now, to be honest with you, the offensive-wise, we did good. Kuzma finally got under control. Kuzma took over. Kuzma did a lot of things, and you can tell Kuzma really missed Lonzo Ball. When Lonzo Ball's there, Kuzma plays so much better, especially when he's getting fed by Lonzo. Julius Randle, I don't know what's going on, but I noticed that he's always passing the ball to IT. And it's like, to me, they still be kind of like isolating Lonzo Ball out. I'm not trying to bring no friction, but I'm just paying attention. I think they only passed the ball like him 1 time. So what Lonzo Ball been doing is I think him and Kuzma, if y'all notice, him and Kuzma have been passing each other. So I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. I know one time Kuzma brought the ball down and he didn't give it to IT. He brought the ball down and he gave it to Lonzo. So like I said, I don't want to get into the conspiracy thing. I'm just paying attention to details in what I see. Now, the Lakers got to do something when it comes to that last 5 minutes. Now, like I said, I know a lot of fans, they would love to see that Lonzo Ball IT duo in the backcourt. To me, it just won't work. That means Lonzo Ball got to play extra strong defense. Because sometimes he get beat too. Let's be real. Matter of fact, the steal, the turnover, when he ran down. One thing I say with this Lonzo Ball that I like about him, KCP do it too, though. Lonzo Ball and KCP, sometimes Julius Randle, when he's not looking, I think Julius Randle just be tired a lot. But KCP and Lonzo, you might catch Kuzma once in a while, but mostly Lonzo. you will always see him. If he turn the ball over, he got a chance to make a play on a opportunity from a opponent scoring, he would definitely go run it down like that. But one, when he hit the ball at the guy's hand, when the guy was going to go for the layup, he hustled back to play that. I love that. I love that energy in Lonzo. Knocked down a couple threes. Like I told y'all in the previous game. That's why I said Lonzo should have had the ball. How is it that you go in San Antonio, you knock down 4 straight threes to help win the game, and then the next game, you are isolated out. They don't even give you the ball. And that's why I say that's on Luke Walton in the previous game, because Luke Walton should have made IT play off of Lonzo. Lonzo should be the one to bring the ball down. IT is pretty good at spot-up shooting. I think he's better than KCP when it comes to spot-up shooter. He don't need the ball. Lonzo need the ball, because when Lonzo had the ball, I put in Twitter, when Lonzo had the ball is moving around, there's more touches. When IT had the ball stick is only passed to one individual. Now in this game right here, at the beginning he started doing all right, but he's noticed he still holds the ball, and he still try to do a lot for himself, and also try to find that particular person. Whereas Lonzo passed it around, and everybody feed off of it. IT, like I said, he didn't have a bad game offensive-wise. Defensive-wise is the problem that we're looking at. The thing is, if you're going to give up, if you go for offense, that means you got to give up the defense. Simple as that. It's going to happen, because you already know IT is a liability. Brook Lopez doesn't play the perimeter. I mean, he doesn't play the paint. He's too far out the perimeter, as you can see with the 0 rebounds. If Julius Randle not in there, there's really nobody down low to rebound besides Kuzma. And Kuzma, like I said, he get work down low when he's playing defense as well. Now, the thing is, at the end of the day, the defense, we got to figure out what we're going to do about that defense. Because that 3-guard set is not working. I don't like it. KCP, IT, and freaking Lonzo Ball, it just don't work for me. That means that either KCP is playing the small forward, or sometimes Lonzo, depending on how Luke runs it. IT is the main dominant ball controller, the main point guard. I don't like that. This game, Lonzo Ball actually got more involved in the game. He got more involved. He knocked down the shots. All that. He was actually going to the paint. He looked good. Remember at the beginning of the season when Lonzo Ball couldn't even make a layup? He's making layups now. And that's why I say over and over again, fans, stop being so focused on IT. IT is your Lou Williams. If they didn't want Lou Williams, why? Think about it. Lou Williams, IT, almost the same thing. Lou Williams probably a couple inches taller than him. Exact same player. Remember, we got rid of Lou Williams in order to make an opportunity for Lonzo Ball and D'Angelo Russell to play in the backcourt. That's what we were thinking before Magic Johnson made that move to bring Brook Lopez over here. We got rid of Lou Williams. In that case, we could have kept Lou. I know somebody would say, well, we would have left him on the draft, the draft picks and all that. That's understandable. But what I'm saying at the end of the day is that we have to figure out what we're going to do on defense, because defense win games. Because at the end of the day, you've seen these last 2 games where both teams had the opportunity to come back. The perimeter, listen, the perimeter, now here's the thing, they play the perimeter. They actually are getting out there, they hustle playing perimeter, but because of IT height, guys are shooting over him. Then when the switch off, he get caught down the bottom. He ain't nothing he can really do. And I'm not faulting IT. Like I said, I'm not faulting him. But he is a liability to the team, man. And I know a lot of fans don't want to hear that. A lot of fans will come out and say a whole bunch of bogus stuff because they're only looking at it from one view. And I'm not saying like I'm hating or nothing like that. But at the end of the day, I am all with the youth movement. I'm not really with these veterans. That's something that DeAndre Page, I'm going to throw him out there, because DeAndre Page, if you ever notice, he always focuses on the veterans. He'll never really talk about the young players. And he always try to criticize the young players, but he give mad salute to these veteran players. But when these veteran players mess up, DeAndre Page nowhere to be found. Yeah, I said that to you, DeAndre Page, because sometimes you get on my daggone nerves. You're funny, but you get on my nerves. You don't believe in the young movement. You believe in veteran. All through the comments say you talk about veteran. But anyway, I'm getting out of control of it. Anyway, they still won. Like I said before, we got 4 tough games coming up. We're going to see what they do from here on out. But personally, like I said before, we got to figure out what we're going to do in the last 5 minutes. I mean, you're going to go offense, that means we're going to give up a lot on defense. You go defense, I think that's much better. Because in reality, we got scores that can score. That's a proven point. Lonzo Ball's on that floor, and he's controlling the tempo of that game. We can win majority of these games. That's how I look at it. Not a real big fan of IT, never was. I know a lot of you guys are, but I'm just not a fan. I respect his game. I'm just not somebody that's going to go ooh and ah, because in the end of the day, the thing that he does, I think other players on the team can do as well. It's just that the ball just doesn't move when he's on the floor. And like I said, he played better this game, but how long would that last? You know what I mean? Like, and this is another thing, I'm going to let y'all guys go after this. It's always good for you guys to get on there and criticize the players and the team on Twitter. It's always good, because one thing about social media, these players are watching Twitter. They're watching social media. And when people go at him, because remember, IT had that bad game, everybody went at him. And because everybody went at him, you notice his game changed up compared to was the previous game, where he was just straight up ISO, going ISO and always focused on himself. Where in this game, he actually started passing more. But I still prefer Lonzo had the ball, and I like IT to play off of Lonzo if we go for that. But if we do that in the last 5 minutes, we can't have Brook Lopez in there with that group, because all that group, like Kuzma, only one on that floor that could play D to me, and that 5 that was out there was Lonzo. Kuzma, Lonzo, IT, KCP, and Brook Lopez. No defensive players out there at all. The best defensive player out there is actually Lonzo. The other four guys, average. Not saying they bad, but they're average. Even KCP, average. If you're going to run IT and Lonzo, you got to put Zubac back in at the center spot, because he moved his feet much more quicker than Brook Lopez. He actually played the paint much more better. I know Brook Lopez give you the offense, but you gotta blend it in together. You can't have all offensive players out there and expect to win games. It's not going to work. You got to have Zubac out there. You can have Kuzma out there, or you can put Travis Ware. Travis Ware played pretty good defense too. The game said he was out there. He played pretty good defense, but you got to mix it up. You just can't have all offensive players and no defensive players, or we're going to be seeing ourselves every time we up by 10 with 5 minutes to go, these teams coming back, because we can't guard the perimeter, and the interior paint is being just overran. Anyway, it's your man Herbal Lover. Like, share, subscribe, get in the comment section. I know a lot of you guys going to hate the video. You're going to come out, you're going to blast me, but it's all good. I love you guys, but I'm just keeping it real. Got to keep it 100. Y'all take care. Have a blessed one. As my mama used to say before I went to school.